Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Let's Try. Today we are going to be taking a look at the demo for Against the Storm. The game is currently in early access on Steam, and from what I could find, it has a planned release date somewhere in the second quarter of 2023. Against the Storm is a strategy roguelite city builder. We are the Queen's Viceroy, and we have been tasked with rebuilding civilization. Certainly no small task. We'll be racing against the Queen's growing impatience, and it's up to us to manage our tasks and resources in the best way possible to make sure we reach our goals before the Queen's wrath reaches us. Do keep in mind that this is an early access demo, so everything you see could be subject to change. I have about 2 hours so far in the game, and I've had a lot of fun so far. I honestly can't say I have a good grasp of how the game works quite yet, but I'll do my best to explain the basics as we go. Without any further ado though, let's try Against the Storm. So we're just going to play here, and we are going to be taking to a screen that if you start up the demo yourself, you won't actually start with. The first thing you will start with is actually, you'll be thrown right into a game. There'll be 2 tutorials that you'll be going through first before you actually see this screen. But since this is where we are at the moment, we're going to be explaining this first. Let's start with the bottom here. We have a cycle progress. This bar shows the time left before the next Blight Storm comes. You can see ours is already full, and that is because I have already played one game since the tutorial maps, and I failed it, which is why this looks exactly as it did when I first was here. But the time was still spent. What that exactly means, I am not entirely sure. I know what it is. I think I know what it does though. When you finish the tutorials, you will be somewhere over here, and you have to click End Cycle. That means the storm will encompass everything except this little mountain here, where we are with the smoldering city, where we are safe. So, your goal, or what you will be doing, is you'll be, I think, hunting for these question marks. I have no idea what they are, but they seem like, oh, that's a lot more than I thought. They seem like kind of obvious goals, right? So that's what you want to go for. And when the time finishes, when you reach this around this mark right here, I think everything just starts over, and you will be able to use the reward you have gotten from your maps to upgrade your future runs. And let's take a look at that. I think there are 3 different kind of rewards. So far I have only been able to see one of them, which is food stockpiles. In the demo here, we only have access to any map that is Royal Woodlands, as we can see here. There are plenty of other biomes here. We have some coral forests, we have marshlands, we have scarlet orchards, we have more marshlands up there, and that's pretty much the different ones we can see actually. If there are any others, I have no idea. As I said, I have not played it that much. This is pretty much all I have seen. But let's, we have a daily expedition that is apparently also locked in the demo. Let's take a look at the smoldering city here. We have an upgrade tree where we can, the rewards for even failing actually, but especially for winning the maps, can be used in here to upgrade your future runs. After the tutorial, you have, I think, 20 food stockpiles. So I chose to buy the Obsidian Archive level 1, or chose, I was forced to. That's part of the tutorial, where we gain a permanent -2% to the speed at which the Queen's impatience grow, which is very nice. And I think this one actually does the same. Yep, it does. And then we have Everlasting Flames, another thing that I also bought. You gain a permanent +2 to burning duration for all types of fuel burnt in the hearth. We will touch on this more when we get into the game. And we got a couple of embarkation bonuses. We will also touch on that as we start. Since I did fail and actually did get some food stockpiles, let's go ahead and and unlock this one as well, which will once again lower the impatience, or the Queen's impatience growth by 2%. And it'll give us more citadel resources, apparently. You gain plus 10% more citadel resources whenever you finish a settlement. It does say finish, it doesn't say fail or win, so I don't know if it counts both. But let's unlock this one. So, for the demo here, we have access to these 6 upgrades. But as you can see, if you buy the full game, there is quite a few upgrades to be had. I have no idea what any of this does. I haven't looked through it at all, because it's very limited what we have access to, but yeah, as you can see, there's a lot. If it's gonna have a big impact or not, I don't know. I would imagine so, though. There are deeds as well, which is pretty much achievements, and we have 150 XP. Great, I'll take it. Okay, I think that pretty much covers at the moment what I know about this screen. So let's go ahead and choose a map. Last time I went up towards this question mark right here. We can choose a map that are 2 tiles away from our own starting base here. I don't know if that's gonna make it more difficult or not, choosing one that is not adjacent to ourselves. I thought it was pretty difficult, so we are gonna start with one adjacent here this time around, and we do see one of these already, whatever that is. It gives a bonus to any surrounding map we might choose. If we select this one, we can just click here, we can see modifiers, we have additional effects, we have a gift of the woodlands. That's pretty much in all the woodlands maps, as far as I have seen so far at least. The royal woodlands are very lush and rich in timber. Trees give more wood. And if we click on here, we can see that there is an additional modifier. Fertile grounds. Glades have an increased chance of including fertile soil. So that is definitely something we could try as well, but I think we're gonna go ahead and go this way. And this is where you start your expedition. You choose your difficulty. We have Settler and Pioneer available to us here in the demo. This does say not locked in demo, but I don't know if that's something we can unlock. We are going to play on Pioneer. That seems to be... Let's see what it actually does. Maybe that's a bit too early. Yeah, let's just go Settler, because the last time was quite difficult. So let's get an understanding of the game first. You also need to choose a caravan. That's basically your starting resources and your starting population. We have 2 choices at the moment. I don't know if this is locked because of the demo, or it's something we can unlock maybe with an upgrade in our smoldering city. But at the moment, 2 choices. We can choose between a bunch of resources that we see down here and start with 9 lizards. Or we can start with 6 lizards and 3 humans and a different amount of resources. What is that? Newcomers. A group of 2 villages. Okay, so we start with 11 total. These are random arrivals, apparently. So there are, as far as I'm aware, 3 different races in the game. That's what I've seen. I believe there's a 4th, but that's not something I have unlocked yet or encountered. But there are 3 so far as I know. And each of these 3 different races, they all specialize in different stuff. So what we don't see here is, for instance, the beaver that we can also have as a population. Beavers are excellent woodcutters. Humans are excellent farmers, I believe, whereas lizards are excellent at manufacturing, for instance. But we can see all this in game. But there is some strategy as to where you employ who. So let's see. We can choose some stuff. Let's choose some extra. Let's just choose the cheap ones. We have 3 points at the moment. On Pioneer, we could see here that we only have 2. And that's because we get -1 embarkation point due to the difficulty. But we are going to play on Settler here for this Let's Try video. Each of these cost a point. We could see in the upper corner here. So we could choose some stone or some clay if we want to spend 2 points on that. And I don't know enough about the game yet to say what is good or bad, so we are just gonna go with, I think, some pretty basic stuff, some food, some roots, and some building materials here. And I think that's it. Okay, we can actually see a few things here about the maps, or the map and our rewards. We can see the length, but we'll get into this once we get started here. Let's just embark, and we'll go over the interface here and what we're actually looking at. Okay. Okay, so I'm not actually sure how many cycles each year is. It's only 3 or 4, and apparently each cycle here they can do different random things. Which in this case we can see it all up here as well, so we can kind of follow along anyways. But we have clear skies that increases the speed at which traders arrive. Okay. We have lightweight wood. The evaporating rainwater has made the wood a lot lighter in this region. Woodcutters can carry 10 more goods in drizzle season. Okay. Alright, fair enough. And then we have looming darkness that is active during the storm. Let's not go too deep into this right now, because I'm sure this is something that we can probably look into as we go. And all this is not anything. I don't know anything about this yet at all. Okay, we know that we have Gift of the Woodlands. Trees give more wood. Also have Settler's Luck. The villages have a 35% chance of not consuming food during a break. Actually quite nice. Okay, well, here we are in the game. And our... Oh, let's stop your flippy-flopping. Okay. Okay, so the overall goal of any game that we play is for our reputation here to reach max before the Queen's impatience runs out or reaches max. Now the Queen's impatience will constantly go up, as we can see here, plus 0.24 per minute, whereas our reputation does not. There are ways to do this, however, which is, amongst other things, keeping different groups of our people content. And one of the random people we got was actually a beaver, which is very nice. We're definitely gonna put him to use in a woodcutter. And down here we have these little blue dots. That basically means every time we fill one of these, or we fill a bar and get to one of these blue dots, we get a point. The points which we can use to choose new buildings. Conditions. I have no idea what this means. Fertile soil, average amount. No idea what this means. Okay, these are, as far as I'm aware, random. And I think I shot myself a little bit in the foot last time by choosing more or less random things here, instead of maybe exploring a bit first. Finding out, okay, what kind of resources do we actually have available here? Like already we can see we have some slick shell brood mother, which gives us meat. So if there's anything here that revolves around meat, which there isn't, we could have chosen that, for instance. But I think right now we're gonna go ahead and just wait, because we already start with some basic harvesting camps that we can utilize. So, what does the game revolve around? The whole mechanic is these glades, which you want to explore. And you do that by basically cutting down the trees and revealing what's inside. There are, as far as I'm aware, 3 different kind of glades. There are these that are completely harmless. There are no monsters inside, or nothing that can harm you at least. Then there are the dangerous glade that will have a negative effect. Usually not something that happens straight away, but something with a timer on it. Say you have 8 minutes to solve this, whatever is going on in here, otherwise stuff starts to happen. It's usually a simple thing that happens maybe every 8 minutes, let's just say that. It could be it kills random villages, it could be lower morale, it could be a lot of different things, I think. And we have one more kind. I don't know if we can see it around here, if we can find one. It is called a Forbidden Glade. It has another icon than this. It looks more dangerous and deadly. We might not have one here, but that doesn't really matter too much. I haven't really opened up. I haven't opened up one of those yet myself. Only these dangerous glades. Okay, what else could I talk about right now? We of course have the interface up here. We can see what season we are in. We are in Drizzle Year 1. Next clearance is in 4 minutes, which means that's when the weather changes. We can try and keep an eye out on what happens up here, because I think this outside bar right here it's divided into 3. I think there are 2 drizzle seasons and then a storm season. But we'll get to see it as we go on here. Yeah, there are a few other mechanics that will be available to us as we get started here. But let's just get something underway here. We've been talking for a while. Let's see some gameplay. Yeah, let's. What way do we want to go? There's a lot of glades. There's a lot of glades down here. So let's actually have one of the woodcutters down here. You can move buildings around freely, by the way, so there's absolutely no reason to think too much about where you place your buildings. It's free and it's easy. They don't even need to be rebuilt or anything, so just place wherever you want. We'll build 3. I like having 3. And let's unpause and let them get them underway. We can. There are different settings in a woodcutter building that tells your people what they can cut. You can tell them to cut only marked trees, you can tell them to cut nothing but marked trees, you can tell them to cut everything or nothing. It's pretty much up to you. They will always prioritize marked trees though. Yeah, let's see options. We can fell all trees, we can avoid glades, meaning they will not open up any new glades. Avoid glades except marked. I'm gonna assume that's marked trees, which I have marked right here. So they will prioritize these marked trees. So right now they will work their way into the glade. Except if I do that, then they will actually not. But we want them to go in there, of course. Only marked trees and avoid glades. Yeah. So you have plenty of options. Okay, up here we get to choose how many. We get to choose which people will be employed in this building. It varies from building to building how many can be there. In the woodcutter camp it is 3, and we can see that the beaver has this little ring around it. That means that he is exceptional at this job. We'll see that the human does not have quite the same boost. That also tells you, and that goes for any building. So you can easily see if your people gets a boost. Let's get some lizards down here, and let's get some lizards down here as well. So this thing, small trapper's camp. Okay, so that's a trapper. We might as well gather that as well, because we need food, and this is indeed food. Looked like we could actually place on top of it, which would be a shame. Ooh, actually we also have clay over here. That's actually quite nice. Get some copper ore. That's not too bad. Let's actually. Oh, I can actually just click on that. That's actually very nice. Let's get that one up and running as well straight away. Ooh, very nice. That's actually that's very nice to know that the lizard excels at gathering food here. Let's get 2 on the food. It's worth noting that any villages you have that doesn't work, they are automatically builders. So they will build your roads for you. Speaking of roads, let's get some roads up and running. I usually build around the hearth here, which is a very important building. If the hearth runs out of, or if the fire dies, we lose. So we constantly want to make sure we have fuel. Wood is a type of fuel. We can see up here there are different categories. You can see we at the moment we have 56 fuel. If we click it, we can see what that is. 36 wood and 20 of them are coal. Not of the wood, but of the 56 here. And the same goes for all kinds of different categories, which is a very nice way to look around things. Okay, first mechanic that we see are the Omen. I believe that's what it's called, right? I think we get one every year. Cornerstone, that's what they're called. And they are basically random boosts that you get to your colony. Not all of them will be good, especially for your town. Maybe you focus on something that is completely irrelevant for what you're offered. But more often than not, they at least help a little bit. Let's see, we can choose a vineyard town. The settlement specializes in wine production. Gain +1 to Beaver Resolve for every 70 wine produced. That is early to get something like this. I've never actually produced wine at all. I've never seen the building that can produce wine. So I think we're gonna go with reinforced axes. Woodcutting is a lot easier. Woodcutter's camp production is 40% quicker, which is actually I think a very, very good one to pick up early on. And I think already we're gonna explore our first glade. Nope, not yet. Okay. I need another. Oh, there we go, actually. So you can pause, you can hover over here and see what you find. We found 3 bleeding tooth mushroom clusters. They are over here, which we can gather. And we found a small abandoned cache. I'm not actually sure if there will be something in all the glades. I'm not 100% sure. There are events in a lot of them. Probably not all of them. But if you do find an event, it's something you can put people on, and they will require certain materials, which neither of them we have right now. We don't have any simple tools, and we don't have any infused tools. If we had, though, we could put a worker on it and choose one of these rewards. In this case, it's a basket of insects and shovels. Useful tools for creating drainage ditches. Villagers move 10% faster on roads. That's very nice. Or we could choose it to send it to the capital for half a reputation and 10 amber pouches. Or 10 amber. I think amber is used for trading. I'm not 100%. For now, though, we can't really use it for anything. Here we go. One of the important things are orders. These unlock as you can see at certain intervals. We start with 3. You can pick all 3 here, so that there's no order, no important order or anything. You just click pick, and then you get to choose between 2. So this is the I'm not gonna say the only thing, but I would think it's the main way to get reputation. Each time you complete one of these, you get a bar of reputation, and I'm not sure if it lowers the impatience by a whole bar, but it does lower impatience. There's an objective, you get some resources, or you get some rewards, and you get the reputation point. This one is quite easy. This one is definitely focused on trading, which is... I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but it's definitely harder than this one. This comes very, very natural. We want to explore, so we're gonna pick this one, of course. Let's see what else we get. Okay, complete any one glade event. Now that can be difficult because in the beginning you need tools, I believe, for a lot of the standard events, and we don't have any. However, the first one here actually does award tools, so that means we are not necessarily too scared of picking this one this time, which I think we will, because that gives us 4 new arrivals. We could also grab this one, where we need to keep the Beaver's Resolve above 16 for 30 seconds. It is at 11 at the moment. Resolve is something that I'm not super into yet, how easy that actually is, but so let's go ahead and go with the Clearing Glade. So far, very, very good picks. Very good options here. Let's see what else we got. Harvester camp and a stonecutter camp. That seems very nice. Pack of building materials is something you need a building that will basically take your materials and turn them into a pack of building materials. I think there can be different ones. Building materials, food, and one more. I don't remember which one. I don't remember what it is. But it could be something like fabric, for instance. It goes into it. I don't remember what it's called. We're gonna go with this one because I think we might actually... No, we are not building the houses camp yet, but we are already building a stonecutter, I believe. So these, yeah, we already have it. These were very good picks. Very good picks. Yeah, let's see here. Can we find it actually already? Makeshift post. Yeah, pack of crops, pack of provisions, and pack of building materials. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get some shelters up. Actually, so we have our ancient hearth here, which can be upgraded, and it can be upgraded several times. At the moment, we can only upgrade it once, because that is what is locked to us. But we need to upgrade it. We need to have 8 villagers living here, and we need 4 green decorations, which are these up here. There are 3 different tiers. Let's go ahead and get some shelters going, shall we? Something like that should be nice. Okay, no one is up here. We have almost no free villages, so let's just calm down for now. How are we looking here? Is there anything interesting so far? Not really. Uses nearby farm fields. Ooh, farm fields. Okay, that could be nice if we can find the farm fields, of course. Okay, so this guy is done. Again, it's completely free to move the building, so we will. And then we'll tell him to dig his way in here. The fewer trees we mark, the faster he will get in there. So let's do something like that. Go ahead and speed it up. We've actually been talking for quite a bit here, but I feel like there's a lot to talk about in this game. You will also... We got another... very nice. We got some berries and we got some eggs. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I think it's quite early to start to be digging into the dangerous glades quite yet. I think we'll probably do something like that. We'll finish for these guys to chop these down, and then we'll move this one over here. Yeah. Something like that should be fine. Okay, we do get, I was about to say, we will get villages at certain intervals. It'll be another icon up here as with the orders. All your orders are also up here in the upper right corner, so we can keep track of how we are doing. I don't think there's any way to skip this one for now. So say we wanted to look at, since we have 3 points, we basically get 3 choices, but I don't think, unfortunately, at the moment that we can skip through it. We have to pick one, and then we'll be able to see the next ones. We should be able to open 2 up here quite soon, actually. Hopefully we'll get an indication as to what we want, otherwise we'll just have to pick something. There we go. Got some a moss broccoli patch and a flax field. Okay. Let's just see here. What was this? This was an herbalist camp. That is an upgrade from the small herbalist camp. It also costs more, I believe. I'm not sure about that actually. Okay. Mushrooms and flax fields. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We didn't quite get the choices that we... Oh, didn't quite get anything that made the choice easier for us. So let's go ahead and... Actually, what was this? The flax field. What? Yeah, you do give plant fiber, actually. Maybe we do go for a plantation instead. No, that's farm fields. Never mind. That needs both of these needs farm fields, and we don't have any, so it's a bit of a gamble to go for it. So we're gonna go ahead for and pick the upgraded herbalist farm. Let's see. What do we have here? We can click on these little zoom in, or these little loop question marks, and we can actually see what the building can do for us. That might be important. We could create flour used for cooking, produced by flawless rain mill press, provisional stem. Okay, that could be a path here. Also, pack of provisions actually. From herbs. Okay. Or barrels. That could be something, since we just took the herbalist camp. That is... Do you cost the same? Okay, you cost the same. You're just better. That's very nice. That's very nice. Yeah, we just... I think I might be remembering wrong here. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't really matter. What do we want from this bakery? We could bake biscuits from flour, or we could create pottery from clay. We actually have clay. By the way, these that have these around them, if you click them, that means we can actually change or use different kind of materials as well. If we want to. So right here, for instance, we might be thinking, ooh, but we don't actually have any herbs. But we have plenty of roots or herbs. I don't know how it's pronounced anymore. Flour, though, that would be... That means we need the provisioner first. Let's pick the provisioner. I think that gives us some versatility here. Okay, last point for now. Lumber mill, I think, is a really good idea. Brickyard as well. Fabric. Ooh. Okay, so this is... Any of these buildings seems to me basically to be an upgrade from the crude workstation. The crude workstation makes planks, fabrics, and bricks. But these are specialized in each of them, apparently. 3 to 2, I wonder if that is better than... Actually, that might be what these stars mean. That might be the efficiency. Let's find out before we choose. Actually, we can find out. 3 to 2 here. Is it the same 3 to 2? No, it's 2 to 2. And it is 3 to 2. Let's build the crude workshop here. Tuck it in the corner right there. Do we have any builders? Yes, we have 2. Right, we do have an interface up here as well. The first number that we have is the total population we have of a specific race. Second number is how many are in, how many builders are available, which means, at this case, we have, for instance, down here we have 7 lizards, and all of them have a job. None of them are builders. The last one is if they are homeless or not. Okay, got another clade. Ooh, that actually means we completed an order quite a while ago, actually. So we can go ahead and deliver that. That'll lower the impatience. Let's see how much it is, actually. We are at 1.48. Are we at 0.48? Very nice. And we got another point. We haven't used... yeah, let's... Yeah, look at this. This is very inefficient. Very inefficient. Okay, well, since lumber is a very... or planks at least, is like... We use that to build quite a lot. Let's go ahead and choose the lumber mill first. Okay. Rain mill. We can already create or make flour though. That's a bit of a shame, because if we could have looked through it, then we would definitely have wanted to pick the bakery. Okay, how much do you cost? You do cost fabric and bricks to build. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Do we have some tools now? We should, right? Yes, we have 6 tools. So now we can actually put someone to use out here. I think we are gonna keep the goods for ourselves. Then we're gonna investigate. This is gonna take 1 minute to finish when she gets here. And let's just continue to move you downwards here. Same with you. You are gonna be going further in. Yeah, you too. And that is actually going to complete another thing here, another order for us, because we are now going to be completing a great event, which is very nice. And there is, I suppose, an argument to be made not to turn it in until you have a whole impatience here to make use of the full reward. So if we did it right now, we wouldn't lose 1 impatient, we would just lose 0.9, for instance. Or if we completed these 2 at the same time, we might want to wait with the last of them. Ooh, we are now in the storm. Okay, now this thing out here, that's hostility. What is the other thing? Don't know actually. Storm year 1, next drizzle in 1.5 minutes. And as we can see, the resolve goes down for all our people when it's storming. They are not a fan. And at the moment we have the rampaging storm stifles the spirit of all living creatures. An additional stack of this effect is added for each hostility level. Okay. Okay, so hostility level is up here, which is, there's a bunch of things here that adds to hostility, such as how long we've been playing, how many glades we have explored, how many villages we have, how many woodcutters we have, all sorts of things. And apparently lowering that makes the storms a bit more bearable for our people. But now, let's check here. Let's actually build some improvements here. We're just gonna build some cheap stuff around here just to get the 4 that we need. It doesn't really matter too much. I just want it sort of out of the way, because it does give a +2 resolve boost to everyone when they have that. +2 resolve is right now is quite nice. Okay, very nice. We completed a... Oh, okay, you can do that as well apparently. I wanted very much to see what we would actually be getting. Okay, that was this one, I believe. Yes, we got 4 people. That is actually nice. We got some beavers, which is excellent. Which means we can now get you out of here, get some beavers in instead. Same over here, to be honest. We do have homeless, so we should probably build a few houses. How many do we have? We have 5, so we need at least 2 houses. Just build 1 more here, because we're gonna get some people. Yeah, there we go. Already we have newcomers. I think, again, every year, maybe, actually, let's... Can I see that? Drizzle year 2, yes. So, new year, newcomers arrive. Once again, we get a choice. Random, what's it called? Amount of a random... What is the word I'm looking for? They can be anything, any build. Like you can see here, there could be a number of beavers, number of humans, number of lizards. That's a word it's missing me right now. Okay, so roots are some fabric and pottery. Honestly, I think we like the fabric. Yeah, let's go for that one. And we do get another cornerstone again every year. Let's see here. Global production is 50% faster, but trading is unavailable. Okay. Protected trade. The forest recedes as heavily guarded trade caravans pour into the settlement. Hostility is reduced by 15 points every time you sell goods worth 25 amber. So these are very much contradicting here. Either we focus on trade or we deny trade. Let's grab the protected trade. Let's see if we can't show off. I probably would have gone the other way around, because trading is not something I do a lot. But let's see if we actually can't get that up and running here, so we can show it off. I mean, trading works as trading does in most games, I would say. Can we place it here? We could plunk it in there. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, very, are we gonna... Yeah, we are. Very nice. Okay, found another cache. We found some sea marrow. I guess that's good, right? Move you further down. Down here, let's see if we can't get into these. So, one thing I think I have not told you about is that every production building like this, every building pretty much that produces anything or house anything, they have a storage. What is that? Resin. Okay. When the storage is full, you can apparently actually decide that yourself. Interesting. When it is full, they will make a delivery to the nearest warehouse. So the further away you are from that warehouse, the longer that's gonna take. It makes sense, right? So you do want to build the roads as far as you can. Oh, actually, look at that. Our lizards are content, meaning we will actually get reputation now every minute. Yeah, 0.10. Very nice, very nice. Very nice, and our humans are actually quite close to getting there. Maybe that's what this did when we built this one. Yeah, let's see. Encampment here, modifier. +2 to global resolve. That is very nice, very nice. Did we make a choice here? I'm not sure we did. What do we have available? We do have... We actually do not have grain, no. It could be else. It could be roots. This could also be roots or eggs. Okay, we can choose new orders apparently. That's very nice. Let's see what we get. Last time we were extremely lucky. I think we continue to be extremely lucky. This is very expensive. All packs of goods are produced 33% faster. That's possibly a nice boost. A perk gain +1 production yields for all packs of goods. Okay. Very focused on producing these packs of different things. We're gonna go ahead and grab this one over here. Okay, what else do we have? Keep humans resolve above 24. I can't see what are we at? We are at 25. That's probably actually an easy... That is 5 lizards though. And a lot of coal. Do we even have 35 meat? We want to be careful not to have too many people, because we do need to feed them. So let's grab that one. I think we are probably pretty close at yeah. I would love to find some farmland, to be honest, but maybe we're not gonna be so lucky. Let's... Did we have one of these already? I'm not sure. Let's build one up here in either case. Let's get some food gathering going. Okay, three grades. We are close to exploring one here already. That's very nice. Happy Humans is almost done. These two are almost done, so that'll be very easy. Yep, already done. We will deliver. What are we getting? 30 pies. Cannot complain about that. Okay, so if you are ever in doubt where you don't have any, where you have open spots, this icon shows that there are absolutely no workers, but there's no icon showing for buildings that has a open slot. So you can click on your people up here and you can pretty much just, I want you to work there, there we go. I want you to work there, there we go. And it's a very nice and convenient way to do it. It doesn't, does it actually show? Yes, it does show if it's a good spot for you. Let's get some lizards. Do you work well there? Not necessarily. You should work well there. No, actually, okay. That leaves us 2 builders. I think that's quite nice. Wow, we just about got the quest done because our resolve was falling a bit. Got another glade up here. Okay, very nice. Let's... You will not be making planks at all. You can choose here recipes as well that you want your people to focus on, or you can even choose to ban them altogether. There's absolutely no reason to make planks, because we will, of course, be building the lumber mill. Let's build it down here, still close to the warehouse, but not necessarily within taking up valuable space from the hearth for the houses. Houses needs to be built close to a hearth for the heat, in case I didn't mention. Okay, I think it's time to choose some of this, but I really don't have much idea. I think the cloth here could be nice. What can you be? You could be wood, actually. Okay. And something we don't have at all. Leather and meat could turn into water skins. Okay, we don't have any leather though, but we do have. We will start to make fabric. So let's go the cloth here. Also because we have two other points. Okay, these are all farms. Okay, which we don't really have at all. We don't have access to any fields. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the small farm, because that gives us access to food, and it gives us access to grain, which can in turn be used for at least ale. So let's go with that one. Carpenter. Ooh, simple tools. That is the first time I see this. Don't think we are creating pottery at the moment. Don't think we chose a brick yet. Let's go for the carpenter. Why not? Yeah, small farm. It's such a shame that we don't have any... But we could find it. We could find it. It's not too late. What do you need? Ooh, you need bricks. Okay, but that is on the way from our crude workstation, so it should be okay. I think we are at a time where we probably could start considering, when this one is open, we could start considering open up into a dangerous glade. Just to show what it could be in there as well. It's quite a long video already, but I feel like there's been a lot to talk about. I think maybe opening up to this one right here. There's a nice open area right next to our main glade here. I think that's a good idea. Do have some roots in there. You know what? Let's build a house to camp. That's actually not what you get. Okay, fair enough. Not too much for you to do. Okay, you know what? We're gonna build it anyway. Let's get some road down here. You can pretty much just drag however you want, if you don't mind the funky designs. How many builders do we have? We have 2. That's not too bad. It's gonna take them a while to build this road, but that's okay. Let's do that. Do that. Okay, glade has been explored. Very nice. That means we are probably moving you up here. And let's check what's behind this door number 1 here. See if we can't make like sort of a wide corridor in there. Another one, very nice. Some nests and some berry bushes. Bad. You are up and running. Let's not put anyone in that building yet. We have 2 orders ready for turn in. We could actually turn one of them in. Let's see which one gives the rewards that we could be after. Yeah, I think the tools will be very nice. Because then we can do one of these. What could we get here? Ooh, a perk. Okay, +2 to bricks production. Huh. Wow, that's amazing. Let's get that, yeah. Sorry, capital, that's not gonna be yours. Ooh, right, we got a point as well. Okay, tavern, human house, and a beaver house. So the specific houses here actually makes them more happy. It gives them extra resolve, I believe, anyway. Does it actually say so? Must be built near a hearth, number of places 2. No, I don't think it does. Could build a tavern. They need ale though, which... Oh, we could choose a tavern, but... we are not producing ale. So let's go with the human house, since they are by far the closest one able to... or the closest ones to be happy. So let's build a couple. Oh, they require bricks actually. Okay. Ooh, and we have you up and running. That's very nice. Okay, with that in mind, actually, let's grab you. Let's grab a couple of lizards. Can we find another one? Yeah, let's grab... No, maybe not. Small try. Yeah, let's grab one from here. Ooh, you make leather. That's where I get it from. Okay. And what was I doing? Right, this one. But you are not. Okay, fair enough. I thought they would excel there. They're good with animals and meat production. Prefer to work in warm environments due to their cold-blooded nature. Okay. Ah, so there might be buildings that do that. Maybe the tavern, something like that. The brewery, maybe. Yeah, specialization bonus. Okay, it says so right here. Actually, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. They are gifted woodworkers and enjoy engineering. Ah, they enjoy engineering. But this... Oh. Ah, this is actually... Ah, this would actually be beaver territory here. Okay, good to know. That's very nice to know. Specialization bonus, we don't have any of that. We actually don't have any of these. So this could be the harpies that like to work in a herbalist camp, for instance. Okay, that's very nice. I'm glad I learned that. Glad I learned it as well on stream, or in the video at least. Okay, at the moment we have one. That's because we have one of you is doing this, but that'll be done soon enough. It's gonna be a nice boost to brick production here. Okay, I think we're gonna explore this glade. Possibly, if we can find it. Yeah, let's explore this one as well. And then that's probably gonna be it for this video. Otherwise, you know, I think you have an idea that I really enjoy this game. I could probably go forever. Ooh, great, very nice. Very nice. Broccoli and sea marrow. I don't think I have found a use for sea marrow yet. Trader arrived. Right, completely forgot. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so this to the right is our inventory, and to the left is the trader that I hear. Yeah, it trades in amber. Okay. Okay, we can even buy perks. Interesting. All buildings have their storage capacity increased by 10. Okay. +2 to flour production. That's very nice. Half a reputation. All right. Okay, we have 10 amber actually. Yeah, okay, we could afford this one if we wanted to. +10 is not bad actually. Sure. Okay, we just click on it and we buy it. Okay, no trade or accept. Okay, fair enough. Could trade away some wood. $100 for 6 amber. Oh. Oh, so your amber is worth more, huh? Okay. I guess that's how it is. Resin. Don't really use a lot of resin. Let's we don't know what it's for yet. Let's sell 20. See if we can meet up somewhere here. 875. I mean, I think that's as close as we're gonna get. Let's trade that. Yep, there we go. And that also kinda lowers. What was it? Every 15? Does it say so somewhere down here? Yeah, there we go. You sell goods worth of 25. Wow, we need to sell a lot. We need to sell a lot. Okay, New Year, something like that. I'm not actually sure when this happens. Okay, that's fine. We get a new cornerstone though. Local taxes. Villagers will give you their very last piece of amber just for a pint of decent ale. Gain 20 amber for every 100 ale produced. Fortunately, we don't produce ale. Gain 2 amber for every 6 pack of trade goods produced. Well, we can produce that. But we are not. Requires pottery, or flour for that matter. Neither of which we can do, I believe. This is probably gonna be more versatile. So let's get that. There'll be a higher chance we can make that work. 5. These are big packs. Pottery, meat, and coal. Coal is good. Bricks is nice as well. What do we get here? We get some beavers. And some humans. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's grab that one. Very nice, very nice. We have homeless people. Let's not have homeless people. Let's get ourselves a... I don't want to block. I'm not sure if I can block in this game, but let's not. Get a human house. Let's get a couple of shelters as well. Okay, we have plenty of builders at the moment, which is nice. Plenty of free people. That means even though we are kind of going for 2 dangerous glades at once here, we should be okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, all the stuff here. Okay, let's see what we have. We have a large abandoned cache with all sorts of goodies. Ooh, but 30 amber though. And a whole reputation point. That is a lot. 4 wildfire essence. Wildfire essence is actually something you use to build a hearth with if you want another one. They are quite rare. That's a tough choice. That's a tough choice. That's one reputation point. Is also a long way towards towards actually winning the game. So, and we get a building. We find a tavern, which we could salvage or we can rebuild it. That's very nice. So we don't you can find random buildings like this as well. So we don't actually need to. Ooh, look at that! We found fields. But as I was saying, we don't actually need to research the technology here. But the dangerous thing about this is this one. Let's see what this does. Totem of Denial. A religious structure built by the fishermen. It interferes with the hearth in the center of the settlement. Okay. So every 10 minutes, I believe, there are fishermen rituals. It's a glade event. Heavy clouds are gathering around the sacrifice totem. The storm's duration is increased by plus 100%, while drizzle and clearance seasons are decreased by minus 50%. Wow. Ooh, 1 impatient point. Ouch. Ooh, but we do actually have resin. That's awesome. I'm glad we didn't sell all of it. That's almost the only thing we have as well. Look at that. Yep. We are gonna want to work on that as fast as we possibly can. What is that? Converted Totem of the Nile Harmony. A Totem of the Nile cleansed by the Holy Flame. Grants a global resolve bonus. Ooh. Counts as 4 decorations of its type. Okay. We're gonna go for that. So this is gonna take 2.5 minutes to finish. So because we are very lucky that we have the resources, we're not gonna feel the threat here at all. There's a working effect though. Ritual of denial. Fishmen hate fire. Let's just not. Let's keep an eye out that we don't. Oh yeah, okay. We got into the other one as well. So let's not unpause here. Fishmen hate fire and will do anything in their power to extinguish every last flame in the world. Blocks the ability to sacrifice goods in the hearth. Is active only when the corresponding great event is being worked on. That's okay. We don't really sacrifice. I don't actually know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let's see here. We unearthed this one as well. We do have a medium cache as well. Also very nice, very nice. Very nice rewards as well. We found a forester hut. Okay. Uses nearby farm field. Ooh, another farm. Produce resin or crystallized dew. Okay, awesome. And we found the hidden trader cemetery. Okay. A cemetery full of traitors killed by desperate viceroys. What drove them to commit such heinous crimes? Was it out of greed or necessity? Okay, tit for tat. A quick cover-up of this crime will prevent any serious consequences. Otherwise, the merchant guild will retaliate. All your goods are worth 50% less to traders. Oof. 1 impatient point. Ooh, another resin thing. Wow. Whispering tombs. Some secrets are better left untold. Get 20 hostility every 60 seconds. It's active only when the corresponding great event is being worked on. Wow. Okay, so we are gonna get 180 hostility points. That is a lot, considering we only have 68 at the moment. Well, 68 on this level, I should say. So we have 168. Gonna boost us to like level 3 or maybe even 4. Okay. Well, let's see. What could we get? Chests of ancient tablets. Or chest of ancient tablets. Don't know what they're for. 25 bricks is nice though. Okay, gain we could get a perk. Gain 3 incense for every 10 roots produced. And a scouts pack on another perk. Workers assigned to great events can carry 5 more items. That's quite nice, I think. I think we're gonna go with Queen's Grace though, and the Amber. Yeah, let's do 2 of you as well. Let's work on those 2 at the same time. That's gonna be very nice to get them done. How many do we have? Nah, we don't have enough tools, unfortunately. But we do have... We can turn this one in now, since we are gonna take full advantage of losing the impatience here. And let's see what we got here. We got a weaver, a bakery. Actually, fine. We're still not producing flour. That's the problem. We're gonna go ahead and pick the weaver, though, because then we can turn this off as well and focus purely on the bricks. And have a nice, what's it called? Efficient recipe here for fabric instead of the crude one that we are doing. This is great though. We found the farm here. This is already going much better than the last game that I did. I wonder actually if the difficulty had a huge impact on that. We are working on both of these. That's great. Yeah, we are already at level 2 here. Let's see. Other negatives. Plus, Stonecutter's Camp has nothing nearby. And that's very nice that the game actually warns you that this doesn't have anything. And if you click move as well, I don't know if you saw, you'll see these little icons around your screen that shows where there are icons or where there are resources that the current building you're trying to move can harvest, which is very, very nice. That's a lot of whatever that was, sea marrow things down there. Let's get you in here though. Other negatives, plus 40. Yeah, I think the other negative, that's definitely that one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, specialization. Cloth. Do we have a cloth somewhere? No. Maybe that's also hard piece.
Yeah.
Something like that. Ooh, we have new orders available for us. I don't know what the what these colors mean. If it's just a difficulty thing, or it's some of them might be a lucky draw or whatever. Needed for clothing fulfilled. Ooh, I think that's actually quite nice because we just took the weaver, and I believe they can create that, right? No, it was the clothier. Maybe we did choose something, right? Yes. Did we build it? Did we build it? They look very similar to the weaver. I don't think we did. Well, since we moved the stonemason, we can put that in there. We didn't build it right now, and that's probably what you're gonna pick. That's a nice pickup. Extra fabric every time we produce. That's very nice. This is tools though, which is a very nice pickup. But coal is not something we're producing, and we have none of it. And a pack of building materials is very expensive. This is easy, so that's the way we're gonna go. Ooh, right, we got 2 more here. Ooh. Open 2 caches. Okay, are we... What did we choose over here? We did not choose the ancient tablets. Okay. Okay, well... Scouts pack. Workers assigned to glade events and carry 10 milestones. That's nice. 4 newcomers and parts. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. That's probably the easiest of them, I guess. Open glades. Have at least 8 humans. I think we can do that. Keep human resolve at 26. That's gonna be a challenge at the moment. So I think we're gonna go for this one. That's also very nice. Plus 3 pickled goods production. 30 amber is great. Grab that one. And, you know, honestly, I think that is probably very close to being a look at Against the Storm. We are gonna finish these here, but not sure what... Not gonna change too much on the game. Look at the totem, though. Can we move that? Yes, we can. Grants plus the global resolve bonus. Okay. Wow. That's very nice. That's very nice. We can see they are all increasing now. That's awesome. Gonna finish this one as well. And we got some reputation. We got some negative impatience. Did this drop again? Yes. Other negatives are gone again. That's good to know. That's good to know. So it's not permanent. That's very nice. Okay. Well. That has been a look at Against the Storm. I feel like this could easily have been a little mini-series, but it's not going to be. But let me know if you would actually like to see this on the channel, because I think somewhere down the future, that's definitely something I'm going to be buying and playing on my own. But now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and to see you next week. Until then, take care.